Hello, today is June 5th, 2022. Let's do the Ukraine war update. So, in the last 10 days or so, what we have is that the Ukraine side are under heavy stress in Sieverodonetsk in this region. And most of the fight are happening around here. But you can see from the fair map that in Irum area also have heavy fighting, and also in the middle of the east front line, we can see there is heavy fighting. Basically, Russian trying to break through here in the middle. So other than that, you can also see some activity going on the southern frontier. Especially, there is quite a lot of activity in the area of the Kherson region. See, Kherson, last time we will talk about 1 week ago, we will talk about the Russian basically is aggregate more troops and weapon in the western side of the Kherson. We will talk about they try to attack the Makov again. It seems to be they are starting now. There is lots of fighting to the west. And in the meantime, that the Ukraine side also infiltrate, they probably go through a boat and trying to get into the peninsula here on the southern flank of the Kherson region. So there is some fight. This is the second time that Ukraine soldiers have go through boat and attack this corner. But it seems to be they are on associate mission basically. They have difficult to withdraw, so they will often get overwhelmed and lost all the people when they go there. So that's a pretty bad strategy in my opinion. So let's go back to the Sieverodonetsk region. We can see that from many news channel report that there's only 10% controlled by Ukraine side on the southwest edge of the Sieverodonetsk. This particular city, the Ukraine is only a small corner in here. They blow up many of the heavy weapon like tank and armored vehicle. And they withdraw to the southern end. Basically, I think they are trying to gain some time for the Luhansk region. There's even more heavy weapon like a big artillery weapon from the west, and also military and tank. They used to shoot from this side, cross the river to the Russian attacking line. So now because the Russian already closed the loop here, so Russian already closed this particular gap, so they don't have a way to withdraw. So they are in very difficult, Ukraine side is in very difficult situation in here. They basically is almost losing all the equipment and they 8,000 soldier. In fact, the soldier in here is the elite, probably the best Ukraine soldiers, other than Mariupol. Mariupol probably is top 5%, and the top 10% is in this area. So Ukraine side is going to lose quite maybe 5 and 10% best troop. That's pretty bad. So you can see the Russians are shooting heavily into the Luhansk region. We can also see more clearly here in the bigger picture. Let's see here. So basically, we can see very clearly that from the map, there is only a small corner being occupied by the Ukraine side on the Sieverodonetsk. The bridge is broken. They cannot withdraw any equipment across the river. So most of the tank already been blown up by the Ukraine side. Because they cannot bring the tank across the river. So there is a small number of Ukraine soldiers still holding on the corner. But I think they will be overwhelmed pretty soon because this is not real. We saw this is similar to Mariupol, but it's much less defense infrastructure than Mariupol. There is not many big tall buildings here. So there is not much time for the Ukraine side on the Sieverodonetsk region. And the Luhansk, as I said, there is a NATO Western support artillery piece here used to shoot across the river to the Russian defense. Now, this whole region was encircled by the Russian. Basically, the Russian already have very easy attack on the highway here. So even there is a small road, they can get out. Probably civilians can still get out, but military troop withdraw from here, they will be attacked by both sides. So pretty much, and remember, Russia also has a NATO a helicopter and airplane. So if they saw Ukraine soldiers withdraw from this highway or this highway, they will attack from the air. So basically, this 8,000 soldiers here is pretty much finished sooner or later. So that's pretty bad for the Ukraine side. I think they made a mistake by putting so many Westerns given artillery piece to Luhansk, which they didn't expect that they've been circled and all the equipment cannot get out. So there will be both heavy military equipment loss and heavy elite force loss. They are double loss on this side. In the meantime, we can see that since Russian occupy Liman, and they also extended to the south sides of the forest. Now, pretty much the Ukraine side is out of the forest now. Rather, the Russians are pretty much covered by the forest. So the Ukraine side are very exposed, especially Sloviansk is directly threatened. And also, there is not some information tell that Bakhmut, this hub or highway, Bakhmut, is heavily bombarded and been attacked by the Russian. The next target is this city, I think. They will first take this city and give basically is closing to Sloviansk and Kramatorsk. Once this one occupied, there is not much space for these two cities. The Russian will push south and this side will come in, and then Kramatorsk and Sloviansk will be circled. This is the only two relatively big city in the region where the Russian wanted the territory, right? This is the only two big city. So if this area being encircled, pretty much there is no more like a high-rise building for defense. So pretty much Russian is almost certain. Like last time I was saying like Russian is 100% to get this finished. It is almost certain. But surprisingly, see some Ukrainian soldiers still very optimistic. Think about this guy. This is a Western like a mercenary. He speaks English. He say it may take a few months to a year to push Russian out of Sieverodonetsk. He's in the dream, I think. This is similar to Biden, right? They both are like logically not a very wise person. They didn't even see the very clear evidence that there's no way you can push the Russian out of Sieverodonetsk, right? Sieverodonetsk is almost 90% out, and Ukraine side is being encircled. Now he is in very dangerous situation. He's still so optimistic. This is a false optimism. And there's this one is what? Oh, this is the report about the basically the Russian side almost finished the Sieverodonetsk. There is only a small group of mercenaries still occupy the corner. They basically also almost finished, and they still feel very positive, very powerful. That's very strange for me. Anyway, I think this is pretty much the update. Basically, that the Russian closing on the Sieverodonetsk and Luhansk, and they are trying to attack the Bakhmut here. They also are trying to push out in here. They are already almost encircled by the Avdiivka. Avdiivka is also almost encircled. So once this is one of the major target they will want to take. So once they finish encircle this one, and they probably will occupy this one before attack this hub. So once they attack this hub, so basically there's no major city between the two, small villages between the two. So once they finish this one, they will attack this one. Once they finish this one, the Kramatorsk and Sloviansk is almost encircled. So Russians, I told you, there's no way to stop them because Ukraine is not Afghanistan. Because Afghanistan people have no Russian background, right? There's no Russian background people in there. But in Luhansk and Sieverodonetsk, 60% of the residents here are Russian. So when Russian occupy here, they don't have resistance, right? So you can see that from Mariupol, or even there is some people trying to rebel in Kherson, but now they are stopping that, seem to be, because there is heavy Russian population around this area. Once I think the West underestimated that the Russian will be able to stay and hold on to the territory they occupy. Simply because such a high percent of the population are Russian. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you like my video, please hit like button and subscribe. Please welcome to comment if you want to know something, discussing more different thing. Please, I'm welcome. You have different opinion. You can even criticize my video. I'll give a suggestion. Like last time, someone told me that I need to pronounce more clearly. I think I take that advice. I've been very careful, try to pronounce. It actually helped me to improve my pronunciation. I really appreciate the suggestion. I also starting to put a video link inside the description. So anyway, let's discuss and try to get better understanding, because right now all the media are fake news and they are just distorted the picture. One of the distortions come from some of the major players, like the defense industry probably invest heavily into the media and they write many articles, because now the media industry is in financial trouble. They are like anyone who write an article. If you want to pay several $1,000s, you can publish your article like on most of the journal, online journal. So, because the defense industry gain about $700 billion US contract each year, they can spend several $billion for the media propaganda, right? Because they spend several $1 million, but they can easily win $40 billion from Congress, right? Because the media will manipulate the population and the fact. All the population and the opinion pool will give pressure to the lawmaker. Eventually, lawmaker will buy into give money to support Ukraine, and the more money, like the $40 billion money supplied to the Ukraine, will all go to the defense contractor. Basically, more military for the war in Ukraine. And the result is that more Russian soldiers, more Ukrainian soldiers will get killed, and more territory Ukraine will lose. Because think about it, the 12 years old, if they bite very hard on the bully, what will happen? The bully will likely break in both of his leg and arm, right? So if I'm a Christian, in the Bible saying someone, if the bully hit you very hard, you just smile and just run away, right? Forgive the bully. What the Bible suggests is not really forgive the bully, but it's just try to avoid being hurt even more, right? If you hate them, you feel painful inside your heart, and you try to fight back, you just will suffer more, right? You better love your enemy. That's what the Bible says. Anyway, that's my understanding. I'm a realistic person. If I'm 12 years old, I saw the bully hit me hard, I just run away. I'm not going to fight with the bully. All right, thanks. Bye now.